Now watch, I'm going to keep that phrase but add notes. And so fundamentally, everything is still, right? And what happens at the end of that motif, there's a little bit of space between. And it really mimics a conversation. You know, what is a chord cycle? Well, a chord cycle is a sequence of chords that revolve around a key, or be fancy, we would say a tonal center. The idea is that if I'm playing on a chord for longer than a few bars, I could be able to use a cycle of chords that would close a cadence. And there's a few common ones. Rhythm changes is actually the most common. I get a ninth chord. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. And it has a very nice convenient motion to it. Now it's usually 2 beats each, so you have to be cooking on it. Which is a 6 of B flat. Looks like a little minor chord. And it could be, but it's also functioning. Has a very nice sound to it. And what you'll find is in certain songs, you'll have, even in a major song, there's a song called Out of Nowhere. You're going to be sitting on that. But when that happens, you can cycle on that. And sometimes there's bridges that are major. If you listen to Back Bay Shuffle, or if you listen to Yardbird Suite, the B sections, the bridges, will have. So that's the first 16 bars of All of Me. Now when it comes to soloing on this, always take the chord structure of the cage system with the chord you're being to state to begin with. Idea, if I'm playing a C here, that's based off of an E structured C. So I'll play my solo notes. Six in it, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Same idea right there. So it's interchangeable. So if you want to play a 4 major, you can play a 2 minor. Same ideas, right? What that does is give us some a different fingering and sometimes some ease of motion. You know, it's about getting the next note because some of those passages, man, are really fast. And other times are kind of hard to get to, especially if we're playing a song that's more than 3 chords. So the idea is that you can start with the 4 major 6 at the very beginning. And then for a 5 chord, and this is very popular with guys like Oscar Moore and Eddie Durham, who played in the 30s as well, argued to be one of the first electric guitar players. To play with Lester Young, and it goes back to the 1 chord. So you'll hear guys use this as a 5 chord. Now, guys like Oscar Moore have this kind of a minor arpeggio they use. And they'll go back to the 1 chord. Now, guys like Bill Jennings, where they have... Well, the reason that one's working right there is this is a major 4 chord, which is the same thing as a minor 2 chord. Now, the other thing that works out well is what they call a flat 5 substitution. This will always impress everybody. If you ever decide to go to music school, that's probably, I think it's the first buzzword they show you. Well, in a dominant chord, and I put the 5 on the bottom, and then I have to move it down. Let me refinger it. Oh, like that. It looks just like a 7th chord, like the Mickey Baker 7th chord that I have. You know, sometimes we play a Mickey Baker chord like that or like this. If I do this, that's subbing as our 5 chord right there. So I can go. So 2, 5, 1. So instead of going, I can go, which has a little different sound to it. Now if I want to put it here, and you'll hear Tiny Grimes do. There's a song called Red Cross that he uses that, and that's the best part of it. And a song that has lots of chord changes, you do the reverse. You just try to find the key and play over that. But anyway, on the next lesson, we're going to try to dig up some Tiny Grimes and Jimmy Rivers and show you how to use those licks.